What's up, nerds? And have I got a story for you? Now, also down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this video, and you can check those out for yourself, or you can just watch this video where I'm going to read it to you. But also, before we get started, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm. Small channels like mine, we just keep getting shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. All right, you guys, now that we got that out of the way, why don't we go ahead and get started? I'm going to go through the whole Wolverine everything pretty much. We've got a lot of stuff I'm going to go over. So I'm going to go over the costume, casting, and then I want to go over the entire plot leak. So just so you know, spoilers ahead. So get ready for that. And if you don't want the spoilers or whatnot, just I'll tell you when to cut out if you don't want to hear the plot leak. But I'm going to go through it and everything and all that good stuff. All right, so the first thing I want to touch on is the fact that Jennifer Garner is reappearing as Elektra for Deadpool 3. This is put out by The Hollywood Reporter. And it says the actress worked with star Ryan Reynolds and director Sean Levy in The Adam Project. The Adam Project was just okay. So it says Jennifer Garner is picking up Elektra's sigh once again. After a nearly 20-year hiatus, the actress is returning to the role of Marvel Comics assassin for Deadpool 3. Multiple sources tell The Hollywood Reporter. The Hollywood Reporter isn't the only person that I heard this or seen this from or whatnot. I'm not going to go through this whole article because, again, I will mention it later on, but it says there she is as Elektra right there. Jennifer Garner is great. I just want to share a small story. I met Jennifer Garner one time. I tell people I met Jennifer Garner one time, but this is how we met. Okay. I was at a crosswalk. She came up and I was waiting to, get the little walkie person, and she stepped up next to me, and I just looked over and I saw, and I was like, oh my God. Like, I didn't say that out loud, but inside I was freaking out. And I was just like, I really like your movies a lot. She's like, oh, thank you. And then we crossed the street. That's how I met Jennifer Garner. But she was very nice and very lovely and very beautiful in real life. I'll tell you what, she was, but whatever, I was like, Garner first played the Marvel assassin in 20th Century Fox Daredevil, which we'll talk about in a little bit. The 2023 feature that starred Ben Affleck as the Man Without Fear. While the film was not a hit, it did spawn the spinoff with Jennifer Garner top-lining solo act Elektra 2 years later. Now it says her involvement in Deadpool 3 hints at some sort of multiverse angle to the film that has long been rumored, and it is possible that other characters from the Marvel films made by Fox could pop up, and they will. I did a video about it. You can check it out and everything in the iCard section, but we'll talk about that later on. So that's Jennifer Garner in the movie, and we'll continue to talk about that after I get done with this one. So the next thing I want to talk about is boom. This. Okay, so it says Deadpool 3. This comes from Comic Book Movie or comicbook.com. And this says Deadpool 3, which Wolverine suit is Hugh Jackman wearing. Now, if you guys saw this photo, boom, it dropped online from Ryan Reynolds himself. He put it on Instagram and he dropped this photo. I will look at a different photo of this, and it's Wolverine right here. I just want to say right off the bat, I love this outfit. I think it's great. I think it's really going to pop on film and everything. I think that I did see some people say they didn't like it, but I love it. I think it's great. I don't know about the shoulder pads, but that's not something that I'm like, it's a deal breaker for me personally. I love this so much. I think it's really, really great. And I can't wait to see this. Now, let me just pop this down there. We're going to read a tiny, tiny bit of this article before we get into the whole plot leak. And we're just going to, we're this part right here. It says, Hugh Jackman is finally putting on the yellow spandex, more or less, in Marvel Studios' Deadpool 3, with Ryan Reynolds revealing his co-star donning a comics-accurate Wolverine costume for the first time in his record-setting tenure as Logan in the X-Men movies. And Marvel Cinematic Universe fans are loving it. Yes, we are. It looks fantastic. However, Wolverine has had many suits throughout his nearly 50-year existence in the Marvel Universe. Which one is Hugh Jackman wearing in Deadpool 3? Not the one most people seem to think. Hugh Jackman's Deadpool 3 Wolverine costume sports the iconic blue and yellow color scheme that most fans associate with Wolverine, that's led them to assume that Jackman's look is a modified version of Wolverine's best-known costume, the one featured in X-Men, the animated series. So this is from the comic books. The Astonishing X-Men. Not my favorite, but it was fine. But we're going to take a look at this closer. Boom. There it is right there. And then here is the one from the comic books from the 90s, look. And I do hope that he wears the mask. I have a feeling he won't wear the mask, which I guess is fine. It'll kind of bum me out if he doesn't. But you can just see, I mean, he doesn't have the little spiky things with the boots, which is fine. But I think that from comic to and then this is not the one. The one from the Astonishing X-Men is what this one really is more like. But still, it looks great, you guys. I'm loving it. I think it's great. I can't wait to see it on film. I just really think they did a top-notch job with this costume, and I love it. All right, you guys. So that I'm going to just tell you right now that we are going to move over to the plot leak. If you do not want to know about the plot leak, then you need to bail out now and then fast forward to my second story, but we're just going to do it now. So this was on Reddit, and it says, another 4chan Deadpool 3 leak. Now, I have to be honest with you. I heard some people say that this is real, and I have to admit that if this is real, this sounds exciting. So let's read through this. So it says, it says, Deadpool 3, this says to take it with a mountain of salt, and I say, dude, take it with a grain of salt, you guys, because this could be 110% wrong, but something tells me there's at least some, some sort of truth to this. Okay, so it says, Deadpool is arrested for time crimes by messing around with Cable's device at the end of Deadpool 2. And you remember he went back to all those different movies and like he killed himself as Deadpool from the first Wolverine movie and as Ryan Reynolds reading the Green Lantern script and everything. So it says Cable and Domino do not appear, but is mentioned by a judge, which I want to just. So I think this is a bad idea to not bring back Domino and Cable. I think that they are just huge characters as far as Deadpool goes. But I hope that we do see. I don't think we're going to see these characters again, which bums me out. At least we won't see these iterations of them, which again bums me out. I do like Cable and Domino, these two characters from Deadpool 2. But what are you going to do? All right. So then it says, mentioned by Judge the TVA Emma Corrin, that the TVA returned Cable to his original time period in exchange for confiscating his time travel technology. Now, Emma Corrin is right here. Now, they said that Emma Corrin was going to be playing the villain of this movie. And I don't know if she's going to be playing the villain of this movie. It sounds like she's just going to have a small role in this movie. And then that's it. Maybe a couple of scenes. I don't know. I don't know if Emma Corrin is going to be in a larger part of this because this is just the plot synopsis, not a full-on script. So I don't know how big of a role that Emma Corrin is going to be playing, but it sounds like not a very big one to me, which is fine. I have nothing against Emma Corrin. It's fine. I would like to see more action, and it doesn't sound like Emma Corrin's judge is going to be action in this movie. It's just going to be her, complaining. Let's see. The TVA is not fond of the X-Men movies' various methods of time travel, Cable, Kitty Pryde's mind projection, because they're a hassle to clean up. Before he's sentenced to ashore, Deadpool gets leniency due to the pleadings by a TVA agent, Paradox, Matthew McFadden. And that is this guy right here. That's Matthew McFadden, him from Succession. Very good. Watch it, I suggest. And I'm assuming, and I think this is the character Paradox that he's playing. I don't know if this character is from the comic books. If it is, I personally don't remember him or whatnot. But I love Matthew McFadden. He's great. I've loved him ever since Pride and Prejudice. He's a really good actor. So it says, Matthew McFadden, who Deadpool insists on calling Bob because his name sounds too long, asking the judge to let him make up for his crimes by helping him on a mission for the TVA. So him and Paradox are going to go on a mission, apparently. So it says, when 616 Wanda died, her spirit inhabited the body of 838 Wanda. However, the struggle for control damaged her mind, eviscerating the 838 Earth as a result. So if you like, this is Wanda, of course, and I think that what happened was when it did eviscerate, that it turned into, and this photo was released, got leaked online, of the set of Wolverine. So I'm assuming that Wanda takes over the body of this other Wanda, and that Wanda just destroyed this one. And they talk about it in a minute. Just give me 1 second in this plot. But I think that you can see the Fox logo has been completely decimated, and you can see Wolverine right here. And there are other pictures out there. There's a rocket right here. I'm not quite sure what that is. But and then there was a video where Wolverine is like he cuts off Deadpool's leg and everything. It looked like a funny gag. I'm excited to see it, but it looks like Wanda this is the destruction of the Fox universe, and I think that that's very clever because this is kind of a goodbye to the Fox universe and all its X-Men. So it says that Earth, as a result, 838 has been changed into a new world, House of M style, where, and then House of M. Now, if you didn't read House of M, that's where Magneto basically, wins kind of thing, and the Earth is inhabited by mutants mostly and everything. So this is Magneto right here and his family, Laris, and then Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver and everything. And they're kind of like royalty kind of thing. And it was okay. House of M was okay. It wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't bad. Yeah. So House of M style, where Magneto, Ian McKellen, and now Wanda's adoptive father. So here these two are. Here these two are Ian McKellen's Magneto and Wanda. I think this is kind of cool in the terms this. I do not know if gosh, what's her face? Elizabeth, the actress, is coming back as Wanda. Elizabeth Olsen. Gosh, those twins. Anyways, I don't know if she's coming back as Wanda. I think she said she's done. So this could be played by a completely different actress. I don't know if it is or not, but we'll see if it is. If it isn't, if it is a different actress, I don't see why they wouldn't just say it. Why they would say it's an adopted daughter, because if you remember in Apocalypse, there is a little girl and Quicksilver's sister, and they have and then Magneto's his dad kind of thing. So it was really weird. The way they hooked that in together is so weird. But anyways, Magneto rules the Earth, and mutants are the majority of the population. X-Men, styled after the 90s, and here they are as the 90s costumes. I can't wait to see this. And I did a video on this already about how the X-Men from the X-Men movies are coming back. James Marsden, Halle Berry, and Femke Jensen. And I'll leave it in the iCard section and everything, but they're coming back for this movie, which should be exciting. I can't wait to see them. And if they're wearing their 90s designs, yes, please. I'm excited to see that too, especially if they're in the vein of that Wolverine costume. That'll be really, really cool. Let's see. Design, but played by most of the Singer cast, work for Magneto to protect the mutant world from the human brotherhood, made up of some supporting characters, including Nick Fury. Boom. There's old man Nick Fury, which if you're watching Secret Invasion, he sucks and is broken. But it'll be interesting to see him as a different Nick Fury in like an alternate universe. That'll be fun. So Nick Fury, Jimmy Woo, if you remember Jimmy Woo. I like this actor. I don't remember his name, but I like this actor. And I like Jimmy Woo, the character. He's fun. I like him with his card games, the card tricks that he learned from Ant-Man. Super fun. Dopinder, this guy in both the Deadpool movies. I love Dopinder. I'm glad he's coming back in this movie. I'm glad that they were able to work him in there. And it should be fun to see what he does as like a rebel, that'll be fun. So Dopinder and Pete from Deadpool 2. Pete, if you remember, he was a part of their team. I liked Pete. I thought it was funny. It'll be fun to see this guy come back and see what he does. Like if he's hard and everything, from fighting the mutants in this world. As well as a sympathetic Colossus, Yukio, Negasonic, Teenage Warhead, and Wolverine. So you got Colossus, these two from the Deadpool 2. Yukino was from Deadpool 2, and then Negasonic Warhead was from there, and then Colossus, they're from Deadpool 1. And then, of course, Wolverine, this 90s Wolverine, are sympathetic. And I think that I think that this will be really cool. These four kind of helping out these mutants to or these humans to stop the mutant regime that is in this Earth. And it'll be really cool to see what they do there. So it says, once Logan hears that time travel is possible, he hijacks Bob's TVA device to attempt to change history, which sends him through the various Fox world, as well as a cameo by Channing Tatum as a future Gambit. Now, if you remember, Channing Tatum was supposed to be in a Gambit solo movie, but they couldn't get it to go down. I guess there was scheduling issues. There was writing issues. Belladonna was supposed to be in there. There was supposed to be some, all this extra stuff. And I'm glad they canceled that movie because, I have nothing against Channing Tatum, but he's not the best actor on the planet. But I still would have liked to have seen it, but not really. Like, once it got canceled, I was like, now I want to see it. But I'm not really it'll be good to see. It'll be like The Flash, how they did with Nick Cage's Superman. And it'll be really interesting to see that whole situation go down. Let's continue with this. So it says, and eventually ending up in the events of X2, The Last Stand, where Wanda's alterations to history made Magneto's victory over humanity come true. Deadpool enlists the Fox heroes who don't die in a fight against Magneto's forces in a redo of Last Stand's Golden Gate Bridge fight. Let me real quick just say, so also one of the things that they're going to do is they're going to go to Jennifer Gardner and Ben Affleck. I heard that Ben Affleck's going to come back also as Daredevil. And even though it's not in this league, but Elektra's going to be in it, and Daredevil, they're going to go to their little world or whatever, kind of like they're doing with Channing Tatum's Gambit. Sorry, I had that image up and I didn't, or prepared, but I didn't. So if you remember the Last Stand battle at the Golden Gate Bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge lands on Alcatraz and then it goes to complete darkness. You remember that? It was weird. I don't like the Last Stand. There are a couple of things I do like about it, but overall, I just don't like that movie. But you remember Last Stand. So he's going to get those, the team back together kind of and everything. So he enlists those mutants as well as the Logan movie, Logan and X-23, which will be nice because this actress is going to be in The Acolyte, and it'll be nice to see him also play Logan from the movie. Love Logan. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Such a good movie. I loved it. It was great. But speaking of that, there are multiple Wolverines in this movie, and then there are also multiple Deadpools in this movie. As you can see, it says right here, it says several different Deadpools, including one who's just Ryan Reynolds in a Wrexham shirt. Looked up Wrexham. I guess it's a football team in Europe or whatever. But yeah, so it looks like we're getting multiple Deadpools, which will be cool. I heard that we're definitely getting female Deadpool, which will be great. Now, another one that a lot of people want to see, but it has not been confirmed or leaked or anything, is Gwenpool. And they want Emma Stone to play Gwenpool. And I think that A, this will be great because I love Emma Stone, and B, because I think that a lot of people like Gwenpool. Gwenpool's okay in my book. I just, it's not my favorite. I'm like, whatever. I think a female Deadpool is better than Gwenpool, but that's all on me and my preferences and everything. But I think that's cool that Ryan Reynolds is willing to not just be the only Deadpool, and he's willing to share that role with other people. And I think I like that. And I think it's really cool of him and really cool of the movie. So it says, it spirals out of control and almost everyone dies, including a massive amount of civilians, a complete clusterfuck. And once the dust settles, Wanda is depowered by the mutant cure. So I think what they're doing is they're just switching out Wanda for Jean Grey in that final battle. Instead of having Jean Grey, we have Wanda. And that'll be interesting to see. And the TVA banishes her, Deadpool, Paradox, and the House of M Logan to the main MCU timeline, declaring them someone else's problem. I don't like the TVA that they're doing this whole thing. I really wish they would. I'm fine with this multiverse movie, but I really am tired of the multiverse when it comes to Marvel. They're just really screwing it up, and I don't think that they know what they're doing over there. But this is how we're getting Wanda back in the MCU. And I think that's kind of cool. Matthew McFadden's coming to the MCU. Great. I mean, it sucks that he's not a powered person, but what are you gonna do? And then Logan is Wolverine is coming to it. But if it's Hugh Jackman, I don't want Hugh Jackman in the main MCU. I don't want that. I want a new actor to play, preferably an unknown, like Hugh Jackman was when he played Wolverine. I just want a new Wolverine. I want all new X-Men, all new cast in the MCU. And it sounds like we're just getting Hugh Jackman and everything. And says, Logan sets off to find the rest of this world's mutants, and Deadpool goes back to his apartment to find Blind Al in his bed. And you remember Blind Al. Love Blind Al. Alice, she's great. I'm pretty sure this is her only scene in the movie, which will kind of suck, but I like Blind Al, and I'm glad they brought her back like they did Mohinder. That's really nice and everything. So that's the movie. I think that it sounds pretty interesting. I personally can't wait to see where this goes and what they do with this, but I just don't know, how it's going to turn out and everything. But I am excited to see this movie, and I think that this so far sounds really interesting. Tell me, what do you guys think about all of this? How do you feel about this plot leak / Deadpool stuff, all of the stuff going on with Deadpool? Are you excited about this? Or Deadpool 3, sorry. Are you excited about this? Did you like the costume that they put out for Wolverine? Are you total? How do you feel about the movie overall? I think it looks great. I'm excited to see it. I think the plot sounds interesting, and I do want to see it on the big screen. But tell me what you guys think. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on my next week. You guys have a good week. Bye.